Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's New Year's resolutions are going great. We're going to continue in that series, and today we're going to talk about setting goals. I talk to a lot of people about their goals with these New Year's resolutions. One key thing that I keep hearing is that these goals are not specific. They're pretty generalized, and sometimes because you have generalized goals, you can easily get frustrated. So, give you some of the tips that work for me. I've learned these over time and have done wonders for me in terms of my physical fitness. Number one thing is having a strategic goal, a long-term, forever goal when it comes to health and wellness. This is more than just being in shape. It's more than just having that six-pack or lifting those weights. It's more about why are you doing this, and why are you going to keep doing this forever. Um, I my my personal goal is when I am older, 60, 70, 80, I want to still be able to be physically active, play with my grandkids, and just keep up in daily physical activity without any help, and not need doctors if I don't have to, especially for uh, you know things I can control with health and fitness. So that's my long-term goal. That kind of sets the stage of where I'm headed and why I'm going to keep doing this. All right. So, whatever that might be for you, I highly recommend to think long, big picture of why you want to be healthy, why you want to be in shape, why are you working out, why did you set this New Year's resolution goal? All right. Number two is having a midterm goal. All right. And I use the term operational. I got this from the military, and I know all you field grades are going to correct me on what it means to be operational. But this is just what I use. All right. My operational goal bucket is where I put all like my competition goals, right? This is where if I am ever going to run a race, that's the bucket it goes in. If I'm going to do a bodybuilding competition or a fitness competition, it's going to go in that bucket. It's going to have multiple things, right? And then and then underneath is going to be my tactical goal. That's going to be my short term. What am I doing now, right? Now, it, within the operational goal could be like I want to be, I want to do a male figure competition, whatever, bodybuilding competition. Sorry, I don't know the categories, and they're really not one of my goals, but just, I pull that down from that bucket, and now I create a plan. When am I going to do it? This is kind of where those short term plans happen, right? When am I going to do it? What do I need to do, right? And then you create a backwards plan to start your workouts, your diet, or whatever you need to change in your lifestyle for it. Here's the key though, you got to be realistic, all right? The time it takes to achieve any of those tactical goals is relative to what kind of shape you are in today, right? If you're just starting off, it's going to be a longer road. That tactical goal, even though it says it's the smallest of the buckets, could be 2 years long, right? But that's okay because all of it's progress, right? So I'll give you an example. My current goal is to do some local CrossFit competitions. I'm not trying to go to the big games, but they have a bunch of different games that are locally, and I want to go back and start participating in those. So I looked at that goal this year. I'm like, well, okay, how do I get there? What am I lacking, and what do I need to do? And I kind of looked at my lifts. Uh, you know, conditioning I can do. I can always work on that, and those are always improving, right? But it was certain power lift that I was not good at, and I wanted to be stronger at. And then the snatch, the lift, weightlifting, lift snatch, I'm not very good at the technique of it. So my current tactical goal is to, within the next 1 year, is to get a lot better at the technique of snatch, and meanwhile increasing the weight at it, uh, but also increase all my power lifts by 10 to 15%. Now here's another key within that goal. That's more measurable and realistic goal, right? I'm not, if I'm benching 250, 10% gets me to about 275, right? A lot of people have goals like, I want to get to 300 pounds. They're only benching 200 pounds within 6 months. Now, can some people do it? Absolutely. I'm seeing even more than that happen. Genetics and all these other things come into play, but you got to be realistic. All right, you kind of know your physical shape and where you're headed, right? But to me, that 10% still still an improvement, right? When you look at all the other goals up top, you kind of still stepping towards them by increasing 10% this year, and you increase another 10% next year, keep going, right? So when you plan, have a realistic, achievable, measurable goal, but but don't be afraid if that goal is small. It's still better than where you were, where you started, right? You want to run a marathon as your bucket list, but you can pull down. Hey, at the end of this year, I want to run a 5K. I know 5K is a lot smaller than a marathon, but hey, if you can run a single race and you can barely run day one, by month 12 you're running a 5K. That is a significant improvement, right? And then maybe next year you can increase that, right? I'm going to run a half marathon, okay, and then go to full. I'm not saying it has to be that slow, but you gotta really kind of when you're planning these things, you gotta pull in your lifestyle and your knowledge base and think about how much you have to learn, all right, and how much you really have time for. I could sit here and be like, I gotta work on my clean, I gotta work on my clean and jerk, I gotta improve my Fran time in CrossFit and all these other things, or I can just look at the time I have available. I personally only have maybe an hour to hour and a half a day to work out, and maybe only 4 to 5 days a week. What are the key things I can work on right now, and still be able to achieve that short-term goal, leading towards more long-term goals? All right, guys, that is all I have for today. If you have any questions, post them below. If you like what we're posting, hit subscribe. All right, guys, keep pushing, keep going after these New Year's resolutions. Remember, don't let life run you, run life. All right, guys, have a good day till next time.